Welcome everybody to the Season 8 review of Dog Turds into Diamonds. Yeah, we've had a decent first season as a Football League club, haven't we? We got a mid-table finish in League 2 and we won the FA Trophy, retained the FA Trophy. It's been decent, it's been acceptable, and all that with a very low budget, which we are now probably going to lose. First things first, before we get into this, where does this series go now as we go into season 9? Obviously, not many people have been watching it. Let's be honest about things. I did it just to enjoy it and just to document my my Football Manager journey on 22. I've enjoyed doing it, but I do also have a life. So I have a job, I have things to do, and I've also just taken on a new project, which is also going to demand a lot of my time and commitment. And just looking at how there are only a few views of each video, I've done 8 seasons of Dog Turds into Diamonds. I did a couple of seasons as a beta save with PSG with the Harlem fucking Globetrotters. If you haven't watched that series of those 2 seasons, please do that. That was a lot of fun as well, and we nearly made some serious history in that series. But yeah, I just thought I'll do this season 2022. I'll see if things gain a bit of momentum, if they build up over the course of the season, if I can see that it's gaining a little bit of an audience, I'll keep it going. I didn't do any publicity. I didn't really kind of shout about it on social media or anything. I just kind of left it there, and I just thought I'll wait and see if it gets a bit of its own life, and that hasn't really happened. So what I'm thinking with everything that's going on is that from next season onwards, what I will probably do will be a season preview where we set everything up, look at all the transfers, ins and outs, and then I get into the season. Then I'll probably come back in the January, or if there's a big important game, come back in January, have a look at how things are going, look at how we're going to move the team on, and then come back again at the end of the season. Again, coming back if there's any important, significant game. And I think that's probably the way this series will go from now on. If it then gains that little bit of momentum that I was looking for, and if it seems that there's the demand for more, then maybe I'll do some more and start doing it more regularly again. But yeah, trying to commit myself to doing daily videos through the week. It has been a lot of work to go along with all the other work and other things going on in my life. And yeah, so that's the plan for right now. That's the plan from this point on. So after this video, the next one will be the season 9 preview and probably the first game of the season, and then you won't see anything again until then the middle of the season. So just so you're aware of what's happening. Like I say, if in the future this kind of gains a late audience and there's a bit of demand for it, then we'll look into it. But let's have a look at the season 8 review. So first of all, the new arrivals. We had a lot of players come in, and I think generally speaking, with the way our form picked up in the second half of the season, most of these signings were pretty successful. Lee Watkins on loan from Birmingham was absolutely superb. A candidate for our player of the season, our best centre back, and to have had such a struggle with the budget and to get 2 players in at centre back on loan for nothing, the standard of Lee Watkins and Yusuf Cole, I think was really good. So he was a definite success. Glenn Sani started brilliantly. He had 9 goals, I think, in his first 15 games, the free transfer, and he ended up with 10 in 31. So he's got 1 goal in his last 16, which, yes, the majority of them were as a substitute, but it was a big disappointment. I was really hoping he'd become our main source of goals. So even though he had a decent average rating, I think he has to go down as a failure in the end in terms of what we wanted to get from him. Yusuf Cole, on loan from Leyton Orient, was very good, had a really good season. With the players coming in, I won't renew it, but really pleased with how he did. He was a big part of this season's success in terms of confirming our place in the league. Greg Cartwright was a really good squad player at centre-back. You can see a 7.05 rating from 21 games. I'm going to try and move him on in the summer with the new players coming in. But again, as a squad player, I wouldn't be adverse to keeping him around. Igor Luiz, released by Manchester United, was fantastic. The England under-19 international right back hopefully is going to bring us in a lot of money from a championship club this summer. Hopefully someone wants to pay his $500,000 release fee or give us something close with a lot of sell-on clauses. That would be great. Yeah, he was a real highlight and a really great player to have in League Two. Again, if nobody comes in for him, I'll be delighted to keep him because I think he's got to be one of the best right backs in League Two and he's only improving. Joe Evans coming in from Notts County. I was kind of pleased how he did in the end. He ended up being more of a playmaker rather than a forward. Yeah, as a striker, he obviously didn't score anywhere near enough goals. But as a right winger, inside forward or playmaker, or also playing as a playmaker in the midfield, I think he's got a bright future. I think he's a definite League Two, upper League Two quality player. So pleased with Joe Evans. Bailey Taikadamatri was, let's be honest, he was poor. Didn't really work out. Going to let him go when his contract finishes at the end of the season. Bit of a shame. I think he's got good qualities, but maybe just doesn't fit the way we play with the possession game. Gavin Schofield, I hope to be able to get him in when his contract at Bristol City ends. 6 assists from the 19-year-old, pretty good. He gave us a new angle in the last few games of the season. I would like to have him back. Joaquim Malicio, let's go back up. Joaquim Malicio came in on a free from Arsenal. He was our top assister for the season. Overall, he probably didn't develop as I was hoping. I was hoping he could become a real important difference maker in the midfield. He did end the season as a starter, but again, yeah, he kind of looks like a League Two player. Can he be more than that? Can he develop further? We'll have to wait and see. Liam Walsh was a big disappointment. £1,200 a week. I hoped he would be the real team leader who took this team to new levels, could have hopefully helped us compete for a promotion spot. That didn't really happen. He hasn't justified his wage. I will let him go at the end of the season. Callum Armitage had a slow start, but then really came good second half of the season. Looks a great League Two defender, and he's got lots of championship clubs interested in him. Again, I kind of hope I can keep him around. If I was to lose him and I have to look for a centre-back as good as Callum Armitage, I think we're going to be struggling with the budget that we've got. Harvey Davies was a decent enough backup goalkeeper. Taylor Dover did okay when he played, the left-back released by Manchester United. He's probably a Vanarama National League left-back, but as a backup left-back in our squad, decent enough. Mark McFadden could never really get going. 5 substitute appearances. I still think he can be a real difference maker in League Two, but can we get him in on loan from Middlesbrough at an acceptable price? We cannot afford the £1,100 they're asking for. Will they let me just renew on the same terms of basically nothing for next season? If they do, I think Mark McFadden can really make a difference for us once he gets a run in the team and keeps his fitness. The transfers out, we managed to move a few players out. If we look at, well, obviously legend Sam Blair moved on. Sam Cornish, who did pretty well, played largely as a substitute for Boston. Max Sheaf at Rochdale hardly played. David Tatunda at Guiseley did okay there. Yeah, I don't think we're really too bothered about the players that moved on. And the loans out really saved us because it helped us to keep within budget and bring new players in. Liam Gibbs, hopefully, I can loan him out to Kings Lynn on the same terms. He did all right for him. A really good average rating, 7 goals and 7 assists. So hopefully they want to keep him around. And probably the same with Mark Scully at Stockport. The non-league Peter Crouch. Can we get him out on loan again? I think if we played a different style, he could be a really effective striker. Looking to get on the end of crosses with his 6'7" height. I think he could do a job in League Two. Could we find something for him to do if he comes back to us? Again, I just don't think he's that difference maker. Shay Marsh, 19 years old, brilliant Mohawk. Had a really good loan spell at Barrow, 8 assists and 3 goals. He will be part of the first team squad for next season. Hopefully that experience has been really good for him. Thomas Hughes, who is our longest serving player, spent the rest of the season out on loan at Gateshead. Didn't do fantastic. I think they're Vanarama National League North or South. Didn't do fantastically well. He's just not good enough for our level now. So I can't remember if his contract is finishing or not. If not, we'll try and loan him out another season. And Samling, who is now out of contract, was relegated with Northampton and barely playing. So that was all the transfers. Now, if we look at the results, first of all, we retained the FA Trophy, which was great. Yes, it's a non-league trophy, so we were expected, I would think, to win it. We accomplished that. Really nice to have another day out at Wembley, get another £100,000 in the bank, and to lift another trophy. So really pleased with how that went. It went to expectations, but nice to win it all the same. The FA Cup, we obviously reached the third round. We gave Tranmere Rovers of League One a decent run for their money in the third round. Could have had that fourth round tie with Everton, which would have been huge, but again, pleased with what we achieved. And in League Two, finished 13th. If you look at these first 3 months of the season, August, September and October, we win 2 games throughout. 2 games, and is that only 3 draws? So, I mean, that's only 9 points there, 10 points. We had 10 points at the end of October. I mean, that is absolute relegation form. It looked like we were in for a really rough season. And then from November on, we really turned things around, didn't we? It was still a little bit up and down. We still had spells where we lost a few consecutive games, but we largely had what you would term top half at the very least form, maybe even playoff form. So it gives me great hope for next season that we can carry on that same form, hopefully build on it and improve if we can get the right players in and have a promotion push, even with the wage budget going down for next season. So let's see how that goes, but a really good strong second half of the season, no doubt about it. Moments to remember, I'm not really bothered about a 5-1 win over Blythe in the FA Trophy, but okay. The 4-1 win over Gloucester in the FA Cup was wonderful. We were on a horrible run at that point in the league. We've never managed to beat Gloucester in our previous games against them. And do you know what? Where did Gloucester finish? Are they going to be in League Two with us? They are not. 7th in the Vanarama National League. Are they still involved in the playoffs? They are. So they might still go up. But yeah, they did fall away, unfortunately. Would love to have them in League Two with us again next season. But a really good 4-1 win here. That really sparked our season into life. That was the first moment where we kind of felt like we had a half-decent team that could compete. So really pleasing to get that result. That really was the start of things, I feel, for us. And then goal of the season was Evans. I don't remember this goal. Evans against Gillingham. A perfect finish to an excellent team move. And in a previous episode, I did state that usually Football Manager always made goal of the season a long-range strike rather than a team goal. So let's have a look at these goals and let's see if Evans was as good as a goal of the season award should be. So this is supposedly goal of the season. A nice little, yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, was it? That's why I couldn't remember it. It wasn't that good a goal. I think Joshua Duffus, his acrobatic volley that he scored later in the season was a much, much better goal than that. I'm kind of disappointed that that's goal of the season, to be honest with you, but there you go. Finances, not surprisingly, everything improved. We moved up a league. We still kept a National League wage budget. We got to the third round of the FA Cup and won the FA Trophy. So clearly everything was going to go up, which is great. Really necessary with the $500,000 a year commitment to pay for the stadium, which we are going to be moving into at the start of next season. And merchandise sales starting to pick up a little bit. 527 shirts sold. That was good. We had been stuck around 320, I believe, in the National League. So we've kind of sold about 200 more shirts this year, which is excellent. Liam Walsh, who obviously was our big signing, seems to have been the best-selling shirt. And yeah, outside of that, our supposedly exciting attacking players and our captain Agyapong being the most popular shirts. How did we line up? I think it changed a bit as the season went on, but that was generally our strongest team there, wasn't it? James Price, top scorer with 20 goals, and Joshua Duffus getting 15 off of the left wing. I can tell you now, I have offered him a full-time contract. I think he's going to earn £450 a week. I got that in before the end of the season, before the wage budget adjusts, to make sure that we had that commitment from him. I think he's proven his League Two quality. He's scored goals. I think just to make sure we're not without him for next season, I got that contract done and dusted. So there you go, history in the making. AFC Rushden Diamonds came along better than anyone would have expected and carried that mid-season form all the way to the end. And of course, winning the FA Trophy against Newport County there. So there you go. Evans gets a goal against Newport County and goal of the season, and he only scored 3. So there you go, decent. Club vision for next season. What do the board want? High tempo pressing football, defensively solid football, possession football. We've kind of established that image now. Make the most of set pieces. They still just want us to avoid relegation, so we're under no pressure at all. Repair the club's financial damage. I think we've been doing that pretty well. The financial damage is only caused by the stadium that we're building, so I mean, we can't be held responsible for that, really. And then just continue to be an established Sky Bet League 2 team. So let's accept that. All seems very fair. And let's finish off with an end of season meeting. Now, again, the board just want us to avoid relegation. So usually you just want to agree with the board. So I told them last season I was confident we could avoid relegation. Let's see if they like that. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. Brilliant. Just what I wanted to hear. A whole bunch of unambitious players. Let's send them off on their holidays. All right, great. So there you go. We've got everybody nice and motivated as they leave the building with their FA Trophy winners' medals around their necks. Good finish to the season. And there you go. Just got to talk to finish this episode about plans. What are we going to do with the team then? So let's clear this out, and I'm going to tell you how I see things right now. I do think we can improve on our goalkeeper, so I'm going to leave that spot open. I think with our budget the way it is, I would probably have to think about that being a loan player, but I think we can improve the goalkeeper position. Now, Eagle, Louise and Armitage are nailed on starters for me. And at the back, I think we've got Lee Watkins and we've got our 2 Manchester City trainees coming in on free transfers. So one of them is going to complete the back 4 there. in midfield, I think I really like the way our midfield finished the season. Malicio as the ball-winning midfielder, the deep line playmaker. I really hope we can make Schofield stay permanent. And then as the box-to-box midfielder, oh, there you go, as things slow down a bit, our captain Agyapong. That means no place for Sheringham, which is why I'm kind of happy to let him go if we can get his release clause fee. On the right, I think Joe Evans is decent. On the left, I also think Joshua Duffus has earned his place. For me, he was our player of the season. And up front, I would like to see if we can get a next level player in there as well. So not too many changes. I'm fairly pleased with how the team looks. I don't think it needs major changes to become a team that can compete for the playoffs. I think just getting that next level striker in could make the difference. I will be looking to really hammer the loan market in the summer. Can we get that next level striker? Can we get maybe a next level winger for either Evans or Duffus? And a next level goalkeeper. With those three players, I think could absolutely change our fortunes. So that's how things are looking for next season. We looked at the finances last episode, but so I see now that we've won the FA Trophy, that takes a lot of pressure off. Next season's wage budget is now staying at 12,000 a week. So that is actually very, very nice. That's taken a lot of pressure off. That means with the players going out, if we look at the squad and their contracts, with the players going out, if Liam Gibbs is not here, that gives me 1,600 to play with. Liam Walsh won't be here. That gives me 2,800 to play with. If we then move on James Sheringham or perhaps Fran Hodgin, I wouldn't want to lose. Now I see that we've got a decent budget, or not decent budget, but the same budget. I wouldn't want to lose Igor Luiz or Callum Armitage, really. But if we move James Sheringham on, that gives us like 3,500 or more. And then if Fran Hodgin goes as well, we might have as much as 3,800, 3,900 to play with, which we could really then maybe get those special players in that can help us have that promotion push. So that's the way it's looking right now. We will leave it there at the end of season 8. I will see you guys for the season 9 preview. And let's see if we can put together a squad this summer that can take us at least to the League 2 playoffs. See you on the next one for more Dog Turds into Diamonds. If you've enjoyed the video and the season, do drop a like on it, do subscribe, and also don't be afraid to share with your friends and on social media, because like I said, if I see interest go up in it, if I see this getting a little bit more of an audience, I will keep up the daily videos. But that kind of depends on how it's received. So if you do like it, help us out with that one. That's all for today. See you on the next episode for the season 9 preview of Dog Turds into Diamonds. Bye for now.